All right, we should be live. I am going to be playing some Living Legend today. Likely going to be playing in the Calling Chicago, so definitely want to get some more games in. And that's what we're going to be practicing today. Let's see. Just get a couple things set up here. Okay. I have been playing a lot of Oldhim in Living Legend, so that's what we're going to keep on practicing with. As of today, I think the Jarl deck is officially legal. So I had a pre-Jarl Oldhim that I've been playing, and then the post-release that I'm going to be playing starting today. Biggest change is that we get access to Frozen to Death, which is just another ice 3 block. I think I cut the Winter's Bites for these. So we're going to be testing that out. The rest of the deck, I believe, should be the same. Yeah, this one had the Winter's Bites. In the sideboard, I'm testing Arctic Incarcerations for the Hyper Aggro decks. And then I have Staunches and Turn Timbers for Starvo, which I expect to see a lot of just because it tends to be the easiest deck to play. I also have 2 hold lines for the decks that are running Art of Wars. Let me just make sure that the sideboard is the same on this one. Okay, it looks like it. So yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and see if we can find a game here, and if not, we're gonna start our own. It's been a while since I've streamed, so definitely excited to get back. Um, it's going to be a bit different than what we were doing before, just because it's no longer going to be that live gameplay. Likely just going to be focusing on Talishar games moving forward. Hopefully, it doesn't take too long to find a game. I've been playing a good amount of Living Legend on Talishar recently, so there should be players. What kind of meta am I expecting at Chicago? Um, Probably a lot of, I think a lot of Starvo. I think that that's probably the easiest deck to pick up, and I think that's going to be what a lot of people default to. We're going to choose to go first here. And then I expect to see a lot of, I think Aurora does pretty well and Zen. I think into Chane, we probably want to pick up at least one piece of AB. So we're going to bring in our gloves, and then we're just going to bring in that anti-aggro package. I find that in the aggro matchups, we don't really have a lot of time to pull off the Awakening Pulverize. Like sometimes our hands are just fully taxed. Um, so I feel like these replace that very well. And then for these 3, I usually take out the Reinforce. Warmongers actually can be good into Chane, but I usually cut that. So we'll cut a Summer's Fall, and a. Actually, we'll leave the Summer's Fall and we'll cut two staunches. Okay, this is a decent starting hand for us. I can just set up a truce, and I can't set up a truce, play Count Your Blessings, and arsenal a card. I think I'm okay with missing out on an arsenal because I'll essentially have an extra card off of the truce. All right, rip the Count Your Blessings, and then pass it back to the opponent. He did bring in Duskblade, so that's worth noting. If we let the game go too long, he's probably going to end up stacking a bunch of counters on this, which would not be good for us. I'm going to refresh here just to see if we're waiting on our opponent. Doesn't look like it. All right, starting by activating Grasp. Invert Existence is a really good counter to our Count Your Blessings. It says banish two cards from an opposing hero's graveyard. And then if it was an attack action and a non-attack action, it deals damage, but doesn't have to be. So he can choose two instants using this. And that can be really strong against us stacking up the Count Your Blessings in our graveyard. Okay, so he just changed what he pitched. Probably because of the invert. Yep, he's going to get rid of one of our Count Your Blessings. And then it looks like he's passing. He didn't shackle, interestingly enough. We can just gain some life off of the fruits, play another Count Your Blessings, and then swing Winter's Will. No Frostbite on this, but starting to present some damage to the opponent. So as long as they keep playing non-attack actions, if you haven't played an action card and a non-attack action card, remove all +1 counters. Okay. So as long as they keep playing one of each, they're going to keep the counters on this. So Warmongers is really good at turning this off, but we only have one in Living Legend. We're going to go ahead and pay one here. We'll pitch the Summer's Fall. And we're going to block with the Frozen to Death. Playing a Machinations, so the next Runeblade attack is going to gain Overpower, and then if you've played or created an aura, this gets Go Again. So it is going to have Go Again because he made the Shackle. And into a Runic Reclamation. So that's pretty strong for the opponent. I think we're just going to block 3 here. And then on our turn, we're going to play the Arctic. So still ahead on life, so we did take a little bit of damage, but not the worst for us. And then the Duskblade is now at 3. We're going to take that as well. Just play the Arctic. And pass back. Hey, Trent, how's it going? I'm definitely glad to be back. Um, right now, we're just testing for Chicago. Pretty sure I'm going to be playing in the calling, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to be playing CYB Oldhim. So just trying to get as many Living Legend games as possible under my belt. Okay, so thanks, Trent. Yeah, I don't know if people noticed that, but I did update a little bit of the stream, updated my overlay, updated the logo, and then I updated the YouTube banner as well. So banished on hollow rights, played a minnowism, playing the unhollowed rights. Just kidding. Activating Chane. So the minnowism is doing nothing this turn, I think. He only played it to keep the counters on the Duskblade. And right now he has the one pitch floating to be able to Duskblade. I think we're gonna Blizzard this. And if he has a red in hand, it stops the Duskblade from coming in. Okay, so he let it resolve. So this is the only attack that we need to deal with this turn. We are going to block for 4. And then in response to the Rampart trigger, we're going to activate our Tunic. We're going to pay into it. And then this lets us send a Frosty Winter's Wail and then Arsenal of Counter Blessings. All right, so he takes the 4. He's going to get a Frostbite. And then we're just going to Arsenal and pass back. All right, we see a Machinations and a Belittle go away. We did draw one of our tech cards, so maybe if we see an Art of War turn, we can get some value out of that. Okay, so this is going to be a Ghostly Visit with Go again. Still has 2 cards in hand, 1 pitch floating. I think we're going to go ahead and activate Crown here. Found a Root Bound, and we do have enough Earth cards in the grave, so I think we're going to use that right now. This sets us up so that if we draw a Felling, it'll be buffed to that 8 power. Ooh, and we see the Art of War. Okay, so this is why we're playing this card. So he banished a Riftbind to draw 2. So now we're just going to play the Hold the Line, and we're going to have some damage prevention floating for the next attack. We're going to have 2 damage prevention still live, and then we still have a pitch to put into the Rampart. Okay, so playing the Soul Reaping, he banished a Bounding Demagon. He still has this Riftbind as well. He has not played a non-attack action yet, so currently neither of these are being buffed at all. And if we wanted to really make sure that there wasn't a non-attack action in hand, we can Ice React to this. And I think that's what we're going to do. So we're going to say pass to reactions, play the Rootbound, and decompose. And then we're going to Oldhim Ice React that last card out of his hand. And this should clear the counter from the Duskblade. He can hit us for 3 here. Oh yeah, counter falls off. We're gonna arsenal this counter blessings. 3 soul shackles. We see a couple hits for the opponent. A couple cards that he's able to play from there. I've been having a lot of fun playing this deck. I'm playing a little slower right now than I normally would, just because I'm trying to explain some of my plays. But I haven't really had any issues going to like time in any of my games, even on Talishar, where like some things take longer. Because you have to acknowledge every priority window. I'm still able to close out games within the like 50 minutes that we need to. Okay, so we activated Grasp, activated Chane, played a Minnowism. We are going to activate Crown. We're going to pay the 1 AB. And then this is coming in for 3. We're just going to put the Rampart in front of it. He's just playing a Duskblade. So this won't have Go again. We have enough to decompose in the yard. With that in mind, is the game plan here fatigue? Probably, because they stack up their soul shackles pretty naturally. Um, I think fatigue is kind of an inevitability for a matchup like this. Like, I don't think we ever win on damage. They just fatigue themselves. So really, it's just about setting up enough disruption on the last few banishes where they just can't use those effectively. I think I want the Sink Below in Arsenal over the Count Your Blessings, so we're just gonna activate Tunic, play Plow Under, pitching this Count Your Blessings, and we are gonna decompose. Just present a little bit of disruption, get that card out of their arsenal, and then we set ourselves up pretty defensively. Um, I guess there is a world where we could potentially win on damage early because we have things like did they hit 2 Artivores? That's crazy. Yeah, I think he just loses this game now. That's a lot of power gone from his deck. Yeah, I think that we could potentially win on damage because we're playing things like Felling of the Crown and Plow Under, and they are not incentivized to want to block us. So we get to present disruption at the same time that we're attacking them for a lot. Um, I'm gonna say no blocks on this. I don't really think we did block 2 here. There's no on hit that we need to worry about. Yeah, Trent, that was kind of crazy. That's really unlucky for him. We're gonna see Go again here. Playing the Ghostly. Yeah, I really like Sotomaro. I've played a ton of games where I've attacked with all 3 of my Fellings, and then I'm only playing 2 but I will then play both of them, putting 2 more Fellings back into the deck, and it does a lot of work against like Starvos and stuff. Playing Machinations. This card is so good. This was a really good Rosetta print for Runeblades. Yeah, see, like here he's at 5 shackles already, and so next turn he's losing 5 cards. It's going to put him down. He's going to draw back up. So he'd be at 30 cards already. Like, I feel like I feel like fatigue is just an inevitability. We're going to get that last card out of his hand. I don't think we need to give him any more cards. I think we're just going to swing the whale and arsenal a card. Oh yeah, Trent, you're a big Vincent player, right? I feel like she's gotten a lot stronger lately. All right, 5 banishes. Nothing too crazy. Not a lot that he can use. Pretty much just the bounding. Oh, he passed back. I'm not sure if he wanted to respond to the shackles. No, I'm not sure why we rewound that. We did draw the natural Oakenold though, but in order to do it, it would mean we have to block with no cards. So I don't know if we want to do that. Dabbled a bit during PQ season. Very fun hero, but can still really hurt herself. Yeah, yeah, for sure. I mean, she's better than she was, but um, I wouldn't call her like top of the meta or anything. I think we're okay with just seeing what happens after this. Okay, playing a plunder run. Activating Chane. So I think we're probably not going to be getting the Oakenold off, but that's okay. Let's activate Crown. We'll put the truce in front of this. Do we want to ice react here? Probably not. I think we just want to swing Winter's Whale again. So we'll just pass. Duskblade's going to be coming in for 5. We will block here. And then Winter's Whale. All right, giving us the Carrion Husk. If he didn't give it to us there, he would lose it anyways, so makes sense. All right, lots of banishes. I don't think I've ever seen this card before. Play from your banish zone. The next attack action card with cost 0 you play gains +1 and go again. And it costs 3 to do. That seems expensive. All right, so 6 cards going away each turn. He has 23 cards left in deck. Our health total is still looking pretty good. I think that we would maybe want to sink this Arctic away to see if we can find a blue, and that'll let us play the Count Your Blessings and either Crown or Rampart. Other option, we can activate Oldhim pitching both of these to get both effects. I don't think I like that, but so he found a red minnow. I think we're just going to take the two here. Oh, that's interesting tech, Trent, because you can destroy your own shackles. Is that what you're thinking? Because that'd be kind of cool. Making another shackle. So he's just trying to go for it here. Play the seeds, play bounding. We are not going to AB. We're actually going to get rid of the count your blessings and try to find not that, unfortunately. I think we're going to be blocking with this. Probably going to try to block here and then next turn play the Arctic. So opponent wanted to enable chat. Let's see what they say. Did I seeds after Chane? Oh, I'm looking back at the log. He did. I'm gonna see if he wants to rewind. Okay, looks like he already did it. So he played the belittle. We took two. So he should play the seeds now. There we go. Now activate Chane. Oh, play the minnow. Activate Chane for go again. Okay. So still taking the one there. And then we're going to play the sink below. We're still going to sink this. I mean, we know what we're going to draw into, but it's the same play that we made, so I want to keep it as close as possible. We knew what our opponent was trying to do. Hey, Steven, welcome to the stream. So potentially a pretty big turn for the opponent here. He is hurting for go again currently, though. Our well-grounded is online. We do have 4 Earth in the banish, or yeah, in the banish zone. Okay, gonna creepers the seeds for the action point. So currently 2 action points. Playing a Rift Bind. We're not gonna AB, and we're just gonna put this felling in front of it. Taking 3. 1 more action point. It's gonna be a Duskblade, and we're gonna take 6 here. All right, so right now we're just gonna be trying to run him out of deck. He's probably gonna, yeah, I was gonna say he's probably gonna play this invert just to clear some of the blood debt because he's taking 5 damage right now. It'd be interesting to see if he Okay, so he's ignoring the count your blessings. He wants to deal the damage to us. And we're just going to play our Arctic. 7 banishes. Okay, yeah, I don't think he meant to enter in there. We did find another Arctic, so that's pretty good for us. If this previous one does enough work where we take not much damage, then we can try to line up this Oakenold play. We are seeing a Shadow of Ursur. So he banished the Seeds. When I was on Vin, really thought I was cooking when I saw banishes any card I want, so I could hit C. Yeah, I mean it's really good. Like it was a good card before Count Your Blessings. So that just makes it even better now. Um, I think I think we can try to get this Oakenold off. We're gonna take 2. We're gonna grab our Tunic resource. Not gonna pay 1 there, but we will pay into Rampart. Probably should have done this on the Shadow Averser because of the Seeds of Agonies. He would end up breaking Chane, and then we can potentially pay into it again if we needed to. Breaking Chane. We're going to take the 1. And then we have a spare Autumn's Touch here. We're going to take... we're not going to pay into it again. We're going to take 3 down to 6. And this is kind of what I was talking about, like presenting disruption on the last couple of turns. Like he only has 13 cards left in deck, and he's already going to be getting rid of 8 of them. So like he really needs to do a lot on this turn, and he is not going to be able to block out this Oakenold. And then whatever he does on the following turn, we're going to be able to arsenal this Arctic Incarceration to disrupt further. Okay. Looks like he probably just conceded. Or was he at 3? I think he was at 3, yeah. So good games to the opponent. Yeah, definitely still had some power left in his deck too. All right, let's see if we can find another game. Looks like we're gonna have to make one. Yeah, agreed, Trent. Both of those cards would have done a lot in the last like 2 turns. We have an Oldhim mirror. This should be interesting. We're gonna go first. I recently added Sledge to my list for the Oldhim. Um, I feel like if you just run the Whale and Rampart, probably not enough power to like punch through and to finish the game. Do we just board up? Yeah, I think we're gonna present 66. He's also on Sledge. Okay. So let's go ahead and start by presenting 6 damage. This matchup is all about card economy, and being able to take 2 cards away from him on turn 1 is pretty strong. We're going to Arsenal this Rootbound. He's going to start by playing a Choke Slam. We're okay with this. We're just going to give him 3 blocks here. He wants to pummel it. So that would take it up to 12. We can block 12 with the Root Bounds, essentially trading 4 cards for his 2. That is 1 pummel out of the deck, though. So that's good to know. We are just going to Arsenal this Roots of the Forest. Coming in with a Crush the Weak. Definitely an interesting build on his part. I think we're going to block like this, and then we're going to Ice React the last card from his hand. So currently he has the better card economy in this matchup. He's took 4 cards from us last turn, only using 2, and now he's taking 2 cards from us this turn, only using 1. So we're gonna have to catch back up a little bit if we want to stay in this game. Still early, which is good, but just something to be aware of. Guardian Mirrors are probably like my favorite thing to play. I will play them for like every round of a tournament if I can. I think they're so much fun. Right, coming in with the Sledge. I think that we will just. Hey, Zach, how's it going, man? Um, so we can crown pitching the Somersfall, play the Staunch. We will have Count Your Blessings and a random card in hand, and that lets us Ice React with Oldhim. Can't stay, family in town, just wanted to say hi. Oh, well, thanks for stopping by, man. I appreciate it. See, I'm not good enough for your main account though. Yeah, let's go ahead and nope, undo blocks. Okay, I'm gonna rewind a sec. Apologize to the opponent. Want to do this. And then we're going to go to reactions. We're going to play the Staunch. And we are going to Ice React. So keeping him off of Crown. He plays Pummel. So just looking to press damage here. I think we're okay with this. And then we will Sledge ourselves. Let me know how the audio quality sounds for you guys. I swapped out my mic for a new one. We were using a Blue Yeti before, and I feel like we always had issues with the audio levels. Like compared to other videos, ours sounded really quiet. Um, And I think I solved that, but let me know what you guys think. Endless Winter. Um, so we're gonna take a turn off here. We're gonna play this staunch, blocking 8, and then we're gonna look to just set up this Sink Below and Arsenal. It looks like our opponent is on a more aggressive Oldhim list. We're not on pummels. He's running a lot of these 8 attacks, so it'll be interesting to see how this matchup goes. I think maybe he's favored here. I think he has more pressure than we do. All right, Trent, thanks for letting me know. Um, we've already seen 2 pummels though, which is good for us. Uh, we can look to reset here with a awakening. If we block here, take 5. 5 is the life total difference that you want to be at to be able to find the pulverize. Claim Crown of Seeds. Yep, and we're gonna play the awakening. Gonna find we could find either. We do have the pulse for the Oakenold, but I think this is better late game, so we're just gonna get the pulverize. And then we still have this sink in our arsenal for use later. Awakening in this list is a little less good than in his list. We only really have Oakenold and Pulverize to find, so like if you're forced to block with those early, then your Awakening doesn't do anything. A lot of our power cards are Earth cards because we're running the Plow Unders and the Fellings. And we're just gonna pass back. This Reinforced Steel is tech against Starvo. I've been trying it out and I like it pretty well. I'm gonna. I think I'm gonna get rid of the Sink Below. I like saving a lot of my defense reactions for later in the game. We're gonna play Count Your Blessings number 1. Play Count Your Blessings number 2. And then we have a pitch floating, so we can sledge here. Gives us 1 card and a Fate Foreseen. I think that this is a mistake in this matchup. I see a lot of people using Fate Foreseens on these just like nothing attacks. I think it's really important to save the defense reactions for the attacks that matter, like the pulverizes, the Oakenolds, the felling of the crowns, things like that. I see a lot of people do that in Guardian Mirrors, and I don't think that it's a good play. Okay, so we want to pitch this Felling of the Crown or Arsenal it. We don't have the 2 Decompose cards yet, so it's not really doing anything for us right now. Although this one we might block with. Give him 2 cards, use Tunic to sledge, and then Arsenal this Count Your Blessings. Notably, though, I think that the Pulverize got us back on track with the card economy in this matchup. But he probably has one in his deck as well, and that's going to tip the scales back a little bit. Yep, giving us a Fate Foreseen. This would potentially put him down to that 5 health disparity that he can awakening of his own. Okay, doesn't do that. Double staunch here on a CNC turn. We're just gonna go ahead and play out the Count Your Blessings. We're gonna pitch this Plow Under. I think we're just gonna take the 6. And then we're gonna send one of these to the bottom. with the sledge, and then that lets us keep one in arsenal. So still get to keep up the damage. I love playing Guardian Mirrors. These are so much fun. I haven't actually played into the Oldhim mirror specifically with this list. I've only played Starvos. All right, giving us another defense reaction on just a hammer. I think I'm pretty happy to see that. Rootbound Carapace. How are we looking on Earth cards? We should be good to decompose here. Um, he is threatening to take our Count Your Blessings. He doesn't have Tunic up though, so this isn't a pummel. I think I'm okay with giving him Gauntlets and then playing the Rootbound Carapace. The equipment is another thing that I see people using too early in these matchups. I think you want to try to save it for as late in the game as possible. In this specific situation, though, because it's weakest link and we have a no block in our hand, I think that this is a fine time to use it. All right, and then we don't need to overpitch. This is going to go to the bottom anyways, so no need to give him the extra information. We are going to decompose. And we'll go Rootbound, Autumn's Touch, and Winter's Grasp. I love this card so much too. The art is amazing. The effect is super strong. Probably one of my new favorites, honestly. All right, he is activating Tunic, probably pitching a blue for the Sledge. I think we're perfectly fine just giving 2-3 blocks here, and then we'll keep our Tunic trigger and just pitch the 2 cards. Yeah, Trent, I've been having a lot of fun with Verdance as well. There's a new direction that I want to take the channel. Whereas before we were trying to play things that um maybe were like relevant in the meta. I think now I just want to focus on things that I enjoy playing, and that includes Verdance. I've been having a lot of fun playing her. So I think it's mostly going to be, a lot of Jarl, a lot of Verdance, and then Oldhim and Living Legend. We're going to say no blocks here. This is a good use of our turn timber. What's happening here? So we want to pitch the ice card to fuse the earth card. Okay. And if people don't know it yet, if you need to activate an ability and you have just enough resources to do it and a frostbite, easiest way to play around that is by activating your tunic. You're going to pay 1 to activate the tunic, which is going to give you 1 back. So this blue still pitches for 3. You see we have 3 resources, and now we can still swing Sledge. So the frostbite essentially did nothing but take our tunic trigger there. And it looks like our opponent conceded. Not sure why. Maybe they just didn't have time to stick around for the matchup. It is going to go pretty long. Yeah, looking at their deck, it kind of confirms it's more of that aggressive Oldhim style list. I feel like we were in a good position there. We still had a lot of our defense reactions left. Looking at deck, we still had, the Fellings, the Plow Unders, plenty of Count Your Blessings, and yeah, just again, all of our defense reactions that still matter. Well, we'll go ahead and try to find another game. Let me update our win-loss, though. Currently 2-0. To be honest, I've been thinking about starting content myself, doing a very similar thing, stuff like Rock Reinar. I feel like, what is it? What's his name? Savage? Scowling Fleshbag. I feel like he has the corner covered on that. No, it'd be super cool to see you doing content though. Let me know if you end up doing that. All right. We're just gonna be waiting for another game. Don't really know how long I'm gonna be streaming today. I just figured I'd kind of jump on and play some Living Legends since honestly I'd be doing this anyways just to get ready for Chicago. Maybe a couple hours. We've been live for almost an hour so far. Hopefully everyone had a good holiday yesterday, Thanksgiving. Ours was pretty chill. We didn't get into too much, but that's how I would prefer it. Oh my God, we are playing into Sage. I'm just gonna let him know he's on stream. Okay, so Sage is playing our friend Alex's Zen list. I know that he was trying it out. I believe he wanted to potentially take this to Chicago. And I've played into Alex on this deck a lot, and currently I have a positive win record into it. So we'll see how this goes. I like this matchup a lot. I think it's super fun. I know that Alex has made some recent changes to the list, so I'm not sure if this is going to be the most updated version. He was playing Pouncing Links into me the last time. We're going to go ahead and give Rampart here. Because we're not really going to be able to get use out of this until later, we're just going to pitch it to the Rampart. Hey, Radler, how's it going? Okay, and he's just passing back. I feel like that this is one of those matchups where like the Arctic Incarceration does a lot of work. Um, it's a little early to use it now. I could see maybe next turn, but if we don't use it, then we're just sending 4. I think I'll just play it and then maybe look to Arsenal this staunch response. Okay, and he's just going to be playing a Mauling key. Do we want to activate Crown to try to find something better? We could actually use the Staunch pretty effectively to block this. But then our turn isn't great, so I think we're going to fish a little bit. Not the best. Okay. We'll give him the Rampart, and then we're going to give him the Autumn's Touch just to start getting some of these Earth cards into the graveyard. And then on our turn, we'll send the Autumn's Touch for 6, and then Arsenal the Sink Below. And then we'll be set up for our first decompose. Ideally, we would want it to be a rootbound carapace, but I have sent Fellings and Plow Unders as the first one in this matchup. And even though you don't get the extra power out of it, the disruption tends to be what you're looking for. Yep, taking the 6. Didn't really expect him to block there. Oh, I do not want to Arsenal. Uh, okay, do not want to skip Arsenal, that is. Playing out a Wind Chakra and then playing a Stir the Pot. Um, I think this list might be on Poison the Wells, so that is something to keep an eye out for the Count Your Blessings. Starting with a Double Strike. Hey, Adam, how's it going, man? Thanks for joining. We are going to start with a Rampart, paying 1. Coming in with Double Strike again. I think we're okay with just taking the 1 here. Activating Zen. So we know he has a Crouching Tiger in hand. If we see... Found a Chase the Tail, okay. Where's he getting the second tiger from? I think we're going to give the Sync Below here. Playing the Chase the Tail. Adam, I'm not doing any LL skirmishes, but I am getting ready for Chicago. I'm going to say no blocks, then I think we're going to play the Pulse of Eisenloft. Are you planning on playing it any? And if so, what are you playing? Just passing. Okay, so no value out of the Chase the Tail. We are more than happy to see that. We're going to send a Frosty 4, and then we're going to look to set this up in Arsenal. Still set up for our first Decompose. First one that we find is a Plow Under. Again, I'm not pitched them all. Not too upset to send that as my first one, but I don't think I'm okay. I think I'm going to do it now. We're going to Crown just to see if we can set up a better arsenal. The Sync Below would be fine. Gonna play Skeletor Viz Saturday at Spellbound. If I don't hate it, Dice Dojo Sunday too. History of Draft for Chicago Calling though. I know a lot of people are doing the History of Draft. It sounds super cool, and I think that the value that you get from signing up for it is insane. It's like $300, but you still get like the 2 mats. You get like 10 different promos, and then essentially 3 packs of every set, every draftable set, right? Um, and on top of that, you can still earn tickets. So if you do well, you can walk away with stuff from the prize wall. Um, I think that the value is like through the roof. I just don't like playing limited, so that's the only thing keeping me from doing it. Specifically, I don't enjoy draft. If it was like a sealed thing, I would be more interested, but then the price would be like double or triple, right? Um, Rising Sun, Path Well Traveled, 3 full days of draft. Yeah. So he gave our Plow Under go again. So we are gonna swing this Winter's Will afterwards. Playing an Orion as well. So he's looking to set up a really big turn. So he should have one Chi and then three fresh cards in hand. Because it was Chi, Orion. He played both Chis, they went back to hand. He pitched a Chi to play the Orion and then drew three. Is that right? Swing Winter's Will. We'll see what he does here. Looks like he's just taking it. Okay, so starting with a levels, activating Zen in response. So he's going to get a Tiger back in hand. So he has two cards Tiger. And then what modes is he going to choose here? Found a Mauling Key as well. I feel like this is going to be go again, draw card. Go again, draw card. Okay, so three unknowns and a Tiger. Our turn currently, we're probably just swinging the whale. I think we're going to start by taking this three. All right, swinging with the staff. We do want to get another Earth card in the graveyard eventually. I don't think we need to block this, though. We're just going to take the two. All right, Crouching Tiger is going to come in. We will give the Rampart on this. And then the Mauling Key. So we know we want to play the Counter Blessings. So let's do that. I think we're okay with taking the one damage from the combo, and we're just going to use the Sink Below here. So we'll take two here. And then we're going to send our Winter's Will for four, threatening a Frostbite. This could be a turn where we see the Traverse come down with the Strides and... Okay, no, he doesn't. No pop-off turn this turn, which is good for us. If we can find... Okay, just giving us one card. If we can find Fellings and Arctics and line them up and kind of chain them together, I think that we're pretty solidly in this game right now. Found the Oakenold, so that's a start. If we can find an Earth card on this Crown Trigger, we could not. We do have the Arctic though, so let's block, block, pay one, count your blessings, take one, and then we're gonna play the Arctic and set up the Oakenold. Okay, so we found the two. Is he just passing? I'm just gonna check with him. I'm cool if he meant to pass. I just want to make sure. Okay, he says he wants that hand. I'm just gonna let him know. Uh, Too bad. All right. Yep, this is the level of disruption that we want to be presenting. We get damage, we get cards out of their hand. I think we're going to set up this hold line in Arsenal. I don't think that after an Oakenold they're going to be able to do any sort of big Art of War play, but just in case, like if they give us the Traverse and the Stride and we happen to put like the wrong two cards on the bottom, we'll have this ready just in case. I have been considering replacing the hold lines with something with an on hit. We are not playing Command and Conquer right now, so potentially swapping these in for that. Um, I think that in LL it pays to be a little bit more proactive. Coming in with the Tiger Taming Kakura, we are just gonna Crown of Seeds. Let's pitch. Let's pitch the Autumn's Touch. Not the greatest hand, unfortunately. But yeah, I think it pays to be a little bit more proactive. So being able to send the damage and force blocks with something like Command and Conquer, I think is worth a lot in LL. The hold the lines, while strong, they kind of give a lot of the agency to your opponent. So like preventing them from having the big Art of War turn is better than responding to the big Art of War turn. Ooh, we found a felling. That's pretty good for us. We're going to use our free Tunic Crown trigger here. So we are going to have to put a card on the bottom when we play this. So we're going to go pitch, play. We can go bottom, Arsenal. So this is a free blocking card right now. And we're okay with taking two. So let's go felling, decompose. We're going to put the frozen to death on the bottom. And yep, so it looks like he's going for a big turn here. Hopefully we're not just dead. That would be real cool. All right, we see one Art of War come through. All right, so banishing the tiger that came from the strides. So the whole hand, we know he has a chi. So we know he has a chi and a tiger. The chi came from the traverse, popping the stubbies. So currently getting +3, playing the predatory streak. So we're looking at 3, 6, 9, 12 damage in tigers alone. And 15 because he's going to use the chi on Zen. Coming in for 2, I don't think we need to block this. I think we're okay with just taking 2. All right, Tiger number 1. This one's going to come in for 4 because of the Kakara. I think we're just going to take it. Um, we're not really being threatened with death. So, and we have reactions to play around Maul if he has something like that. Yeah, and yeah, Trent brings up a good point. Tiger Swipe is what we're worried about right now, so we want to save a lot of our blocking cards for the Tiger Swipe. Playing levels, he's going to get all three modes out of it. He held priority to activate Zen. Luckily, we did a really good job of preserving our life total, so a lot of this damage we're going to be able to eat and potentially still be able to swing something back as well. So this one's coming in for 7, and we know he has, again, these are all being buffed by 3, so 3, 6, 9, uh, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 with the Art of War, and then 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So 20 damage in these cards right here. So we're at a virtual 7. We can take the levels. We're going to take the Tiger. I'm looking to get us to a point where we get lower in life total to him to pair the Count Your Blessings with the Heart of Yendel. The Count Your Blessings will gain us 4, and then we'll gain 1 off of the heart as well. We're going to take 5. We're going to take 6. And now we're going to play Count Your Blessings, pitching Heart of Yendel. We're going to take 3. And then we see the Tiger Swipe come down. Okay, so this is going to be coming in for 4, 5, 6. We do not have 2 Earth cards to decompose this Rootbound Carapace, so we're going to give the Gauntlets, the Rootbound, and the Rampart. And then we're going to see another Tiger come down for 3. I think I'm cool with just taking 3 damage, and then we're going to send 4 back to him. Yeah, Well Grounded is also very good at preventing breakpoints. If he had a Maul there, instead of giving him the full value off of Sync, Well Grounded just lets us cover it. Although it would have been getting 1 less because of the Gauntlet block as well. I've played against the Zen deck a lot, and I feel like I've gotten a really good grasp on how to play around it. All right, playing a Minnow, playing a Passover. What is Passover? He wants to banish a card from my graveyard, and I bet you anything he probably wants to banish a Count Your Blessing. So we're going to play this Count Your Blessing. Looks like we have 21 viewers in chat right now. That's pretty cool. If you're enjoying the stream, please hit the like button. Definitely helps get the channel out there, especially because I've been gone for so long. Any help would be much appreciated. Hitched Inner Chi. Okay, so he has Tiger in hand right now. This is the Passover. So he has Tiger, Tiger Swipe, 2 unknown cards. Playing the Crouching Tiger, coming in for 1. We're going to give the Rampart here because we do have 1 floating. Hey, Chris, how's it going? Didn't even know you were here. Playing Tiger Swipe, we do have the Sink below for this. Coming in with an Aspect. This is coming in for 3. He makes another Tiger. Currently, the Tiger's not doing anything, though. I guess he pitches for Kakura and then attacks. I'll take the 3. I'm cool with that. And then it's another 3 damage that we're looking at. Nope, just passing. Okay. We're gonna send our Winter's Will for 4, threatening a frostbite. Been lurking, getting shit packed for the parents this evening slash weekend. Nice. Hopefully you guys have a good time. I hope you had a good holiday. We missed you at Altered on Tuesday. There was only 4 of us there. All right, so he takes it, takes his frostbite. We're gonna arsenal this hold line, and we see a Roar of the Tiger, pitching a preserve. So he has Tiger, 2 unknowns in hand. Playing a head leads the tail, so tigers are currently going to be worth 2. I think we're gonna use our free crown here. We want to try to find a blue to pair with this felling of the crown. We did not find a blue. We will put this Autumn's Touch in front of this. Keep our 1 damage prevention floating. Spent the last few days doing Christmas shopping with the wife. Yeah, I get that. We knocked out a lot of our Christmas shopping last month, like beginning of last month, just so we wouldn't have to deal with it this month. So we have a damage prevention floating. I'm going to give him the gauntlets here just to cover this up cleanly. It may not matter. They might be playing like Salt the Wound, so just trying to mitigate as much as possible. All right, activation of Zen here is going to get him a Tiger and a card. Tiger Swipe. Pretty good right now because Tigers are worth 2. But I think we can take this 2. Hey, Dallas, how's it going? Yeah, Amazon's a good way to get that done, for sure. Okay, so this Tiger Swipe does need to be blocked. Um, I'm curious if he's planning on using this card in Arsenal. I think I want to save the Plow Under because we can pitch the Count Your Blessings for the Plow Under. So let's block like this. Grains is not going to get us because we have our Well Grounded. Well Grounded is so good. That does mean that our Plow Under is not amazing though. It's still 6 damage though, so we're probably just going to send it and not decompose. Giving me 3 cards. Oh, we're going to Arsenal this Rootbound. He is passing back. I think before it comes back to us, we are going to activate Crown and play Count Your Blessings. Are you playing the Calling on Oldhim? Yes, I am planning to. I think that this is what I'm going to be taking. I've been playing it a lot on Talishar recently, and I think it's pretty good. I think you have auto loss matchups into Kano and Prism, which is unfortunate. It is something that I don't enjoy about the format, but I think that Prism is going to be not very represented because I think that she does terribly into a lot of the popular decks right now. I think Viz, Aurora, and Zen are probably going to be like the 3 most played aggressive decks, and I don't think she does very well into those. Kano probably it's just a matter of like whether or not you get what you need before they get what they need. This is a pretty good turn from him. But that being said, I think that because Prism is going to be so underrepresented, and I have a lot of reps on Oldhim, I think it makes the most sense. I don't expect any Dromai. I don't think that anyone's really practicing with the Dromai. I could be wrong, but this is a crazy turn. Let's go Blizzard. Phase two. Blizzard. And we resolved Blizzard. Um, so I guess it doesn't matter if he draws a card, right? We can go block. He says, I'm so sad. There is Mara and a few people that are in that circle that are, but yeah, like four total Dromais. I mean, I'll take my chances, right? Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and play out this Arctic, and then we're gonna arsenal this Counter Blessings. Still on the fence, but probably gonna grind sides. Yeah, I mean, that's what I normally do, and I have a lot of fun doing it, especially because like at the end of the weekend you get to come away with all this cool swag. I like picking up a lot of the cold foil tokens. Like last time we were there, I think we picked up a gold, a seismic surge, and then I think we got Jess. It might have been a rune chant. We got her something for Vincent, I think. But I think that's super fun. Hey, Cusco, how's it going? The vibes are good. It is really good to be back streaming again. Yeah, Dio is interesting. I feel like I have a good matchup into Dio. And like that's the thing, all of these crazy aggressive decks, I think that Oldhim does pretty good into. I think Aurora might be the one that is maybe a little rough, because they have that Flicker Wisp Arc Lightning package. And haven't actually played against a lot of Auroras. So like maybe that matchup's not as good as I think it would be for me. Gotta respect Sage for keeping it together. If I did all of that and an Oldhim double blizzards me, I'd flip the table. Yeah, that was pretty fortunate timing for us with the double blizzard. Cool. We'll come back to us. We're gonna play this count your blessings. And we will swing whale for 4. He has to give us 2 cards here. If he can, he might have a lot of no blocks in hand. And then we're gonna look to set up this Sotomara in Arsenal. Buy back one of our Fellings. All right, we see an activation of Zen. Playing Art of War. So he has nothing but no blocks, or he only has 1 blocking card. He is trying to fish right now. Let's see if he can find it. Why not do it this turn? Because I like drawing cards, and it may have been more correct to do it this turn and then just have the 1 card that we can arsenal. But I like drawing the card off of Sotomaro. It makes me feel good. It sparks joy. Because now we get to do this. And then we play the channel with the 2 floating, and then we send the Winter's Wheel for 4. And he's in the same position, has to give me 2 cards, and he has to play through channel. This turn, it'd be nice if we can get another ice card. Let's try to fish for one. We do not. We'll play Count Your Blessings. And then we're just going to send the fruits. This is coming in for 5 instead of 4. So maybe making blocking a little bit awkward if he has 2 blocks. Rob just wants to play every second of his 55-minute rounds. That is not false. I'm allotted 55 minutes. I'm going to use 55 minutes. They just pass back. Cool. We're just gonna send the Autumn's Touch. And he takes one. He had no blocks in hand. He could have played Drop in the Ocean, I guess. But it was not looking good for him there. Like this was the rest of his deck. Not amazing. I don't think he really had any outs left. So good game, Sage. Appreciate the match. Let's update our win loss record. We are currently 3-0. We've played 3 matches so far. Good game, Sage. I appreciate it. Let's see if we can find another. Yeah, having a ton of fun playing this Oldhim list. I think it's really good. It's pretty much based off of the Oldhim that top aided the I think it was a battle hardened. It was that CYB Oldhim. Yeah, the double blizzard was really good timing. But yeah, pretty much just that list with a couple tweaks of my own. Um, the frozen to deaths, I mean, they're just 3 blocks. I feel like we probably want more of those. I don't think the winner's bites really ever do enough. Like sometimes they're nice at ripping a card when like they don't have their tunic up, but want a Viz game? Yeah, let's do it. I'm gonna back out of this and I will send you something on Discord. Didn't know you were streaming, but cool to run into you. It happens to me with Alex all the time. Not streaming that is, but just like running into him. Let me get private create. I'm gonna send you a link right now. Oh, whoops. Private create copy invite link. Cool. We're gonna get some games into Adam. I don't care if you have stream open, Adam. Doesn't bug me. If anything, if I can beat you while you have stream open, I feel like that just kind of is better for me, right? You have all the information and I don't. So playing into a Viserai, we know we're going to want the Null Rune Gloves. What's interesting is I'm not going to know if he's playing like a Rune Chant stacking game plan into me, or if he's going to be going full aggro. So what I do and don't bring in could change depending on the information that I have. Um, I think I'll definitely go first. I guess it's just like, do I want to bring in my, little anti-aggro package or not? Um, I'm gonna lean towards no. I'm gonna see how it goes without it. I could hedge a bit by like cutting the reinforced steel for one of the hold lines and actually, yeah, let's do that. These staunches and the reinforced probably aren't going to be great. So we'll just bring in 2 Arctics. And then we still just have blues here. So we are just gonna tell Adam good luck because he's gonna need it. Let's start off. Let's start off with an Arctic. Oh man, Adam's sleeves don't work right. Adam has these super cool artist proof custom sleeves for his channel. He had them done by, I can never remember the name. I think he goes by like IJVR or something on Twitter. Um, but he has this Viserai and Azuri artist proof that he got made, and he made them into his sleeves, and they look so cool, but you can't view them. Not cool. Very cool, actually. Literally cold. If he thought that wasn't cool, check this out, man. Let's clear our arsenal. See if we can maybe put something better in there. That's pretty good. So we're just gonna rip the Arctic here. I feel like I need a soundboard. I need the clip of Arnold Schwarzenegger in the Batman movie with George Clooney, where like he walks into the room and he's just like, "Everybody chill." I need that every time I play an Arctic. Okay, so lots of cards pitched to make a rune chant. Um, do we want to rip this now? I'm not opposed. Trent knows what I'm talking about. That movie was so bad. It's one of those movies that's like so bad that it's enjoyable. We're gonna arsenal this plow under. We really need to get earth cards in our graveyard. So if Adam could start attacking us, that would be real cool. Let's try to fish for better cards. Play out this channel and attack with a Winter's Oil. I think Frozen Death is such a cool card from the Jarl deck. I don't think he's popular in Living Legend, but against something like a Florian, where their end game kind of relies on like making the grasp have like double value, being able to just blow it up is so good. Yeah, bat nipples and bat credit card go crazy. I forgot about the bat credit card. We just watched that movie not that long ago. Okay, he's just pitching into grasp again. Let's activate Crown. I'm gonna play this So tomorrow. This one is not Sparking Joy because we did not get to draw a card, but we get to put the Oldhim, the Oakenold back in the deck, and then we're gonna send a Felling, and then we get to decompose. We don't get to decompose, do we? What did I do wrong? Oh, the So tomorrow banishes itself. That's really bad. Okay, I'm gonna. Sorry, I'm just gonna tell I'm sorry. I'm bad. Okay, so we're just gonna send Winter's Well for 4. Hey, Wally, how's it going? It's good to be streaming again. I missed it a lot and I wanted to start again, but I wanted to make sure that I got everything the way I wanted it before I started again. Um, I had to buy a new mic because I was just having so many issues with my Blue Yeti. Um, hopefully it sounds good. I know Trent said it sounds a lot better. But yeah, with the Blue Yeti, it was just like we were so quiet and I couldn't get it to get to the level that I needed it. It looks like he pitched into this. Nice. So he has 2 damage coming through. But yeah, it's definitely good to be back. We're just gonna take the 2. I'm cool with this. But yeah, focusing on Oldhim in Living Legend right now, at least up until the calling. Definitely want. Oh, that sucks. I should have maybe blocked that because I knew he had the meet and greet. This has go again now, but that's okay. We already went past that. Um, we'll pay 1 and then pay 1. I'll crown here as well. And then let's put this Autumn's Touch here just to get more Earth cards in the graveyard. Playing a Revel. Pretty good. Is that another Revel? Okay. Um, so 11 damage and rune chance, and then 6 here. So 17 total. I could go down to 23 and then maybe look to set up a truce and arsenal this pulverize. Um, yeah, I'm cool with that. We're just gonna take the 6 here. Possible that maybe like I wanted to block with the pulverize, but I think I want to put a card in arsenal for the free crown trigger coming up next turn. Because then if he lets me draw a card off of the truce and then I get to draw a card off of crown, I'm working with a 6 card hand. We definitely want to get another earth card in our graveyard. Because if we can find a felling, we can banish all 3 of the earth cards, and then with the Sotomaro, that would put us to 4. All right, so let's play the truce. We're going to gain 1 life back off of the Heart of Fyendal. And then we're going to arsenal this pulverize. Oh, just kidding. And we haven't even played any of our Count Your Blessings yet, so potentially in a pretty good spot this game. Playing Rattlebones, probably looking to grab this Amplify again. Okay, getting Snuff out. So let's do our free crown just to get the most amount of information. The rune chant, we can prevent here, paying the arcane barrier, and then we can go block, rampart. We haven't even drawn off of truce yet. So, okay, this is maybe better. No, it's still about the same. If I want to play this plow under, I'm just gonna let Adam know I'm thinking. I need another Earth card in my graveyard, so I probably want to block with this Rootbound. But then I need to pay into the Rampart as well, so I'm not going to be able to do the Count Your Blessings, which is kind of unfortunate. I can still play it next turn. I just wouldn't get an Arsenal, which isn't the worst thing. I'm not going to decompose because I need all three of those in there for the Plow Under. Okay, so we're going to play Plow Under. We're going to decompose. Brings us up to 4. This is coming in for 6 now. All right, we see a block come through. And then we're just going to play the Count Your Blessings, gain some life, and pass back. I think it's okay getting off Arsenal this turn just because he was also off Arsenal because of the plow, and then he gave us a card to block. It looks like he's activating Grasp, playing a Malefic, and then passing back. So we get to rip another Count Your Blessings, which is pretty good for us. Gain 4. We're going to swing the Winter's Wail. I don't think this is on anything like Art of War, so like this hold line might not do anything this game. I think if they would be anything, it would be like Cashin, right? And he's not wearing the headpiece, so I think we should be safe. Summers fall pretty good here. Do we have the Earth cards? We're missing one. That's unfortunate. Let's see if we can fish a little bit. No. Okay. Play another Count Your Blessings. All right, we're gonna send the Winter's Wail, and if he blocks, I think we're gonna just rip another Count Your Blessings. Yeah. Again, it's okay to go off Arsenal if he is as well. Count Your Blessings very good at countering the rune chant stacking plan that they have. Because if I can just get every Count Your Blessing trigger, then like what is it? Someone did the math. It's like 60, almost 60 life or something. Just playing another Malefic. So I could double count with my Tunic trigger and then Arsenal Sink Below, and that leaves him with his whole hand. If I attack with the Winter's Wail, we could see if he blocks. I guess either way, we'd be able to play one Count Your Blessing, Arsenal Sink Below. 54 for all 9, yeah. Yeah. I think we're just going to double count here. How many blessings are legal in LL? All of them. You should be able to play 4 copies in LL. All right. Let's see what he has. Activating Grasp again. And playing a Deadwood Dirge. Well, I think we're going to play out this channel. Oh, we're still missing Earth cards, right? Okay, let's rewind a bit. Let's Activate Crown. Drew another sync below. Okay. Play Channel. And then attack with Whale. This lets us set up the Felling in Arsenal. And then if we can find a Fruits of the Forest, we could potentially send this next turn. We did find a Fruits. That's pretty good for us. Playing Sigil of the Arknight. This is an interesting list that he's playing. We're just going to go ahead and gain 2 here. And then play our Felling. We will bottom the Root Pound and then set up the Warmongers in Arsenal. Found another Felling. We would need to get another Earth card in grave, though. Playing a Become, probably going to find a Read the Runes, I would imagine. Yep, so discard an attack, find a non-attack. And play Read the Runes. Okay. I could just use the Well-Grounded to get an Earth card in the graveyard. I don't know if that's worth it or not. I'm losing 2 value, I guess, but like I have so many, such a high life total. Let's play Count Your Blessings. Yeah, we're gonna do it. If he just keeps blocking us, he's gonna run out of, power cards eventually. So if we can just keep this pressure going, I feel like we're in a good spot. And if he doesn't block us, like he's already at 16. So we see another Become, finding another Read the Runes. Let's activate Crown. Do we want to activate Crown or do we want to play this Warmongers? I think that we want to activate Crown. And then we're gonna activate. No. We're gonna Frozen to Death his Skeleta, and he. I don't think he's gonna just quit the game because Adam's not like that, but he's gonna be really sad. And I think we're just gonna play the Count Your Blessings. He said that's the card. Jarl deck, baby. Fun and interactive gameplay. Note, don't block with Blood Sheath. That's good advice. Yeah, definitely a mistake to block with the Blood Sheath there. Frozen to Death is a real card. So the Mordred is gonna double up a lot of these rune chants. This doesn't have go again, but he could creepers something. Might as well use our free resource here. Pay one a bunch. Pay one a bunch. And then we're gonna skip the rest of these. Block here. He's playing a Succumb to Temptation, and we're just going to pitch this pulse to Oldhim. So he brings us down from, I think we were at 69 to 54. I learned not to block with Skeletal ready to pop last week playing against my friend on Starvo. Frozen Death is indeed nasty. Very, very good card to come out of the Jarl deck. So where were we? We're gonna go ahead and let's play one, pitching the whole line, and then we're gonna skip all the rest of these. 0. We are gonna take the 2. Uh, he's playing an Amplify. We are gonna count our blessings, and we're gonna skip all this. This is coming in for 6. We no go again on this. He's gonna look to set up something in Arsenal, so this Plow Under is gonna do a decent amount of work here. If we have the Earth cards, we do. We will decompose. Playing a Rattlebones, targeting Swarming Gloomvale. And then playing a Rune Rager. Oh, let's see. Basically, for that, create a special shield. Side note for Adam, I'd test Reaping Blade into Oldhim, especially if you're not really swinging Thorn. That's a good point for sure. I think we just take the 1. It's gonna send the Swarming. We're not gonna block. And then we'll use the Sink Below here. I think we'll sink the Plow Under. Oof. Unfortunate. And then he's going to play the Rosetta Thorn. We will pay 1. Pay 1. Pay 1. Oh, I guess that's pretty bad, huh? No. We don't want to be left with 2 red cards in hand. Uh, Okay, so we just won't Arcane Barrier. We'll put the Oakenold here. And then we're just going to attack for 4. I found that Reaping Blade into Oldhim, even if they're not on CYB, which they should be, it's only 1 less point of damage, so I'm not losing a lot if I swap into it. Yeah, I think that's a good point. I guess the only thing would be like whether or not you have the room in your list to play it. I feel like with LL, your sideboard slots are so taxed. Like you have to use every single slot for something like super impactful. Um, so yeah, if you have the space for it, I think that's a good call for sure. And from what I've seen, um, Oldhim doesn't really seem to be getting a lot of representation. So it's like you could be wasting a sideboard slot on something that you might not see a lot, you know? Both of the two LL events that happened recently, there just weren't a lot of them. Okay, so we're looking at 4 rune chants here. Meet and greet, and then Thorn. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 off of the Thorn. And then if I let this hit, it's 13, 14 off of the 2 rune chants that it makes. So 14 damage. I go down to 9, and then I send a Pulverize. Let's do that. Actually, I might be going down to 7. I think I missed the Vis trigger. Yeah, going down to 7. Activate Tunic. Send Pulverize. 14 damage. And he gives us the Grasp as well. He passes. And do we have the Earth cards yet? We do not. Do we just play out a truce? We have to send the Felling away. I want to hold the line. Okay, we're just going to play the truce, and we're going to arsenal this hold line. So I'm not very good Oldhim, but I notice you don't use the hero ability often. That just these specific matchups. Yeah, it definitely depends. There are some matchups where it's more impactful than others. I haven't really found a window where I felt like using the ability would get me more than blocking would. But also because I'm streaming and trying to provide commentary, that could just be me missing things. Definitely possible. Into the Zen matchup, I do feel like I use it a lot. So I think it just depends on uh, what you're being presented. It's also a little trickier into Rune Blades because they have things like Spellbound Creepers. So if you go to Ice React them, they could use their last 2 cards to go like pitch and then play whatever it is that they have in hand. Okay, so popping our truce. Um, so like this is a spot where maybe it's good to use it. We're gonna start with Blizzard. That's gonna pull a card out of their hand, and then now when we ice react them, we're potentially saving some damage. Let's go block, ice react. And he plays Rosetta. We're going to pay one. Pay one. We will not take our AB there, but we'll give him the hold line here. Play hold line, block for two. We have finished counting all of our blessings already, so we do need to be a little careful with our life total. I can never fully commit to a max V turn if they still had face purgatory. Yeah, Oldhim's ice react would feel similar. Yeah, exactly. Adam says he's thinking, so we'll give him a second. Looks like we're holding pretty steady at 19 viewers, so thank you guys for being here. If you're watching, even if you're just lurking, if you are enjoying the stream, please hit the like button. It definitely helps me. I was gone for a bit as far as streaming goes, so just getting that engagement again to kind of get the channel going would be really helpful. So hopefully you guys are enjoying. How many rune chants do we have coming? Two and a rune flash. We haven't played a non-attack action yet, right? Oh, we did. We played the Malefic. So we also have the Rosetta Thorn coming. Do we want to sync this? When he sends Rosetta Thorn, we're going to be able to prevent one off of the floating. We're going to take two down to two, and then we'd have to sync. If we find a different card, that's a good question, Dallas. I should be. I can go block one, shield. So I take two of the 5 damage. And it would work out the same if I just took the 2 arcane and then blocked this. So I think I just keep the card in deck. Pretty tight game. This Vexing Malice that I see pitched is kind of scary. I only have the 1 AB, and I can only block a 2 AB if I have a card in Arsenal, and he's done a really good job of keeping me off of the Arsenal. All right, we're going to see the Deadwood Dirge create 3 rune chants. Rune Flash coming in. We're going to pay for all 3 with the Awakening because this card blocks for nothing, so turning it into a virtual 3 block is very good for us. Earth count looking healthy, so this Rootbound is going to be able to convert to 4. I can Ice React him, and then he Thorns me. Let him know I'm thinking. So block, Ice React, Thorn. We'll be able to go. We'd take 1 off the Thorn if we gave him Tunic. The other option is give him Tunic, Rampart, Summersfall to stop this. overpitch to Oldhim to get both modes. We have 2 damage prevention floating and 1 resource. So we could prevent 3 of the 5, which is not enough. We would die in that case. I'm like fighting for my life out here. I have a feeling that all of the Arctic incarcerations that we played in the beginning are going to be our downfall because he pitched a lot of reds to them and he's finding all of them now. We should still have 1 fruits left in the deck as far as life gain goes. We're going to activate Tunic. We're going to pay the 1. We're going to pay 1. I guess do I not need to activate Tunic there? It doesn't matter because I need to block with the Tunic. Oh, I think we just die here. We didn't find our fruits. No decompose. All he needs is a non-attack action here. Oh, we have a chance. Still no fruits. I think he's playing Become to get the Vexing here, and that'll just kill us. We won't have a chance to pulse, unfortunately. Yeah, he finds the Vexing, plays Vexing. We're just not going to block anything. Dang, rough. Is it correct to bring in AB2 in this matchup to be able to play around the Rosetta Thorns? The only other slot that I have would have been the Rampart because I don't run AB boots. Did Rampart get me enough value? I'd have to watch that back again. I feel like there were a lot of turns where maybe I wasn't using it. So maybe the extra AB is actually worth it. In the late game, I do feel like it does a lot though. Like I don't think it does a lot early. I might have to test that. All right, let's update our losses. We got our first loss of the day. Adam ruining our clean record. We are now 3-1. We've been live for about 2 hours. I think I maybe have at least one more game in me. So let's see if we can find a game. Yeah, that's possible, Cusco. I think I maybe got a little bit eager with the pulverize. Yeah, I threw away 2 value on the boots, but that turn would have been really bad if I didn't use the felling. It would have essentially been nothing. So I don't know. Definitely some things to look back at. Yeah, I want to watch that one back and see how much Rampart actually did for me versus having a second AB. Back in CC when I was on Oldhim, I did used to run 2 AB into Viserai. just so that I could have late game against the Rosetta Thorns. Because you're able to block the two on the Thorn, and then the extra pitch goes into Rampart. Or not Rampart. The the rune chant that's usually following it. So you're able to turn your usually two blocks into the full three value against Rosetta Thorn. But also, like, if I draw the Pulverize and I have the 10 pitch to play it, like, how do you not do that? Again, it sparks joy. Hopefully, we can find a game relatively quickly. Hopefully, everyone's having a good day. I know I have a 4-day weekend, which I'm pretty excited about. Hopefully, you guys have the same. Chicago coming up pretty soon. Um, let's see, 2 weeks. So not next Friday, but the Friday after. I'll be driving to Chicago to play in the calling. So not a lot. This is a Maxx Nitro in LL. Uh, I guess let's do it. Um, the Arctics seem pretty good. We're gonna take out the reinforce, and we'll take out two Somersaults. Don't really know what to expect here. Hopefully we don't just get blown out of the water. But yeah, super excited for Chicago. Gonna get to see some people that I haven't seen in a while. It's been a bit since I've been down to Chicago to play in like any of those events. So people like Adam and Kyle down there, like just haven't had a chance to see them recently. All right, coming in for six. This is a hand that I can't block too well with. I think we're gonna send this Blizzard to try to save a little bit of life. Looks like he's thinking about it, so could be impactful. Okay, so he let it resolve. Yeah, Cusco. I was really excited that I thought you were gonna make it. All right, interesting hand. How many of these do I want to play? I could play the red and the yellow and then have no arsenal. I can pitch the yellow to pay for this one, swing hammer, and then arsenal one. I think I do want to get a card into my arsenal, so let's just play the red and then attack for four. Chris, I'd be down to try out a Dromai game after this. I do think that this specific list is probably gonna do a lot worse into Dromai, but it's something that I haven't played, so it could be worth testing. Gonna try to make Memphis and be at National and Worlds. That's pretty cool. If I can get the invite to Nationals, I'll probably want to go to it. We don't know where it's at yet, right? Or have they announced that? Popping the Goliath Gauntlet. This Hanabi Blaster looking a little lonely with no counters on it. Playing a Lay Waste. It looks like he did boost as well. Coming in for 5. Oh, 7, because he broke the gauntlets. 7 go again. I think we'll just put the sink below in front of this. When is Nationals? Did they say, you said we got the month? Activate Teklo Foundry Heart. Play Zipper Hit. We're going to block for 1. We'll take 4 here. Yeah, Adam, we were saying the same thing, but like I had the 3 blues and I had the tunic counter. Like, how are you not going to play Pulverize? It's going to be June, July. I have a cruise to Alaska coming up in June, so hopefully it doesn't conflict with that. All right, coming in for 4, threatening a frostbite. But yeah, I agree, Adam. I think I got a little too aggressive with the Pulverize, but it's like one of my favorite cards. How am I not going to play it? June, July is Nat season, and November is Worlds again. I need to double check, but I believe we know both PT months as well. Cusco, that's a good question. I want to say that I don't know. Juno? Juno sounds familiar. Maybe Anchorage was one of them. It's 3 cities. I bet you Jess would know. If I asked her, she would probably be able to tell me. He banished a prismatic ley line. That's crazy. Coming in with the Fast and Furious. We'll give him the Oakenold here. What are your thoughts on Reaping Blade into Oldhim? Oh yeah, that's another thing we were talking about, Adam. I think he tried playing this panel beater, but he's a resource off because he banished the ley line instead of another mechanologist card. Um, Little unfortunate on their end. We're just going to gain 3. We're going to arsenal this count your blessings and then pass back to them. Um, Hurting a little bit for earth cards in the graveyard, but this Autumn's Touch can get one in there. If it's Juneau, then usually Ketchikan and another coastal city. Anchorage is more northwest. Yeah, let's see, I'll text Jess right now, unless she's watching the stream. All right, activating Teklo Foundry Heart. Combustible Courier, so we don't want to let this hit. Luckily, we have the sink below. And then we're going to send this Rootbound Carapace to the bottom just to try to find something better. Not exactly what I was hoping for. Did he hit another ley line? Yeah, this is a interesting Maxx deck. It looks like he's breaking the Achilles to get the action point back. So yeah, banishing the ley line there, he did not get go again. We're gonna go block, pay one, and then we're gonna do a little bit of counting here. Playing the data link, we're gonna take the 3, and then we're probably gonna get hit with a Hanabi Blaster after this. Yep, so there's the Hanabi. We will take the 5, but then we're gonna gain back 6. So still at 40 with our opponent. All right, starting off with a jump start. Pitching a red is pretty feels bad for it though. We'll just go ahead and put a yellow Autumn's Touch in front of it. We can take 2. We're going to see a Teklo Foundry Heart activation. Our opponent already only has 30 cards in deck. High Octane, probably just trying to find something. T-Bone will block. Outpace. We're going to take this, and then we're just going to swing whale, and then finally get to set up a card in arsenal. Oop, don't want to pass through my turn. Yeah, the Maxx pick is interesting. I don't feel like he has legs in Living Legend. Does he even get anything that he didn't have before? I guess technically now he gets high octane because that chest got banned. All right, found another count your blessings. So depending on how the hand goes, let's do our free crown. Okay, so this is gonna let us decompose and then potentially turn on this felling. Yep, so we're gonna look to count your blessings, pitching the plow under, and then send the felling. Opponent draws a card, he's gonna arsenal. We're gonna rip the count your blessings and then send the felling, decomposing. And this is coming in for 8. Pulverize, we're probably just going to be blocking with this game. I don't love it because I like that card, but I feel like that's going to be hard to set up against a aggressive mech. If I had to imagine, our turn will likely end up being play Arctic, arsenal a card. Hypothermia actually does a lot of work against mech because everything in their deck doesn't have natural go again. So maybe we play the hypothermia and then set the. I'm okay with the mopping. Set the Arctic incarceration in arsenal. I think we're going to see a Hanabi Blaster activation here. Yep. And we're going to put this Frozen to Death in front of it. We'll take 2. And then we are going to play the Hypothermia. Okay, so we can blow up his Teklohart. If I go channel, Hypo is so good. But I don't feel like it's too good. Like Icelander should have access to her 3 hypos, I think. Um I don't think we're gonna blow up the Teklohart. I think we're just gonna send Winter's Whale and threaten a Frostbite and then have the tax on the channel up. Yeah, I don't think that hypo is so oppressive in the format right now that like having 3 copies would like end any sort of deck. So we can keep channel around if we overpitch to the Winter's Whale. We pitch the red first. Fender Bender coming in for 4. It's going to get plus X, where X is the number of equipment defending it. So we will just not defend it with equipment. We're going to pay 1 here. I mean, Hypo is good against the Rune Blades, but like Icelander is just unplayable right now. So is putting her like back up towards the top really that bad? And like Starvo's not really wanting to take turns off to play a Hypo, you know? Like Oldhim would probably benefit from it, but then if Oldhim's playing it, he's not attacking you. Like I just don't think that it's a card that is so crazy oppressive in the decks that exist right now. Like all it would do is put Icelander, a few steps up from where she's at now, which she kind of needs because she's not great right now. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like it's not like it breaks Icelander wide open and puts her right at the top. It just gives her room to compete, which even then might not be enough. Um, let's get rid of the Autumn's Touch. Oh, did I? Yeah, my bad. Again, I'm talking to you guys while I'm streaming, so there's gonna be some mistakes. That's super funny though. Starvo abuses it with the go again, not by taking the off turn. I don't know. Like if he's playing it, he's not swinging whale. Hey, Cosmic, how's it going? I think I'm just gonna play Count Your Blessings and then rip this Arctic and set up this Blizzard and Arsenal. All right, opponent playing a Cerebellum Processor, pitching a blue to play it. Looks like he does crank it. He's going to draw a card right away, but that just ends his turn. Okay. If that's what he wanted to do, then who are we to judge? How's our ice count or our earth count looking? We have just enough to rip this felling or plow under. Oh, tired. I slept way too late. Good to see you back streaming. Yeah, thanks, man. It's really good to be back. I definitely missed it. I said it earlier, but like I wanted to make sure that when I came back, everything was set up the way that I wanted it. And it took a little longer than expected. I had to fight a lot of audio issues. Also, I kind of had to decide the direction I wanted the channel to go in. It's hard because we were a live gameplay channel, so changing from that to Talishar, I mean, there's nothing wrong with Talishar streams. It's just it's not what we had initially like offered to people. So I was trying to see what I could do to like salvage the original idea for the channel, but I think ultimately this is going to be easiest on me as well. It's a lot of work setting up for the in-person streams, especially when you're changing decks every week. It's at least like 2 days worth of work that you have to do. One to actually stream, and then one to set up the decks. Like you have to print all the proxies out that you don't own. You have to sleeve everything up. So it's a lot of work. And I think Talishar just makes life a little bit easier for me. Um, but yeah, I was trying to see what I could do to save the original idea, but I think that this is just the best way to go. See a rev up coming in for 6. I think we're just going to say no blocks here. Not any reason for me to need to block this attack. Panel beater gets plus X, where X is the number of equipment defending it. We are not going to defend this with an equipment. Right? We're not going to do it. Okay, and he's just passing. We are going to play Count Your Blessings. And then we're going to play this Arctic. Oh, our opponent's out of deck. That's hilarious. Makes sense. When I used to stream on Twitch, if I wanted to do something that wasn't a game, it was a pain to swap things around. Yeah, exactly. Well, we're just gonna send this. Yeah, sure, we'll decompose. Why not? All right, he takes the damage. And he concedes. Good game to the opponent. Chris, are you still around? Do you want to play a game? I think you said Dromai, but if you wanted to play Dio too, whichever one, let me know. Because I would be down to play probably just one more. All right, so Chris is here. I'm gonna send you a link right now. Mm. Okay, so it looks like he's gonna be playing Dromai into us. I have no idea what Dromai in LL would even look like. Um, I have to imagine that they're gonna be on Burn Them All. So we're gonna want the Null Rune gloves. And then beyond that, I mean, I don't know, man. I'll go first. Um, I am gonna just take a quick, like, minute break. I'm gonna go grab a glass of water. So I will be right back, and then we'll play this last game. All right, we are back. Um, Let me know if the music on the Be Right Back screen is too loud. I can adjust that if needed. We will be playing. I think we're just gonna run our normal setup into Chris. Um, hmm. Truce. Count your blessings. I did talk to Jess Cusco, if you're still here. It sounds like the three places that we're gonna stop are Juneau, Skagway, and then the one that you said. What was it? Ketchikan? There was no music. Oh, that's not good. I will have to look into that. All right, Blaze Headlong. Oops. Let's go. Let's just block like this, so then we're gonna pulse him. I think that this deck is gonna be real bad into Dromai. He has an Ashwing. I will block. We're gonna take the one here. The current build of this Oldhim list, I need Druid and Azwai. Wow. I think we just have to take it. It has like no poppers. I think the only poppers are Oakenold and Pulverize. So a lot of these dragons are going to end up sticking around. We're going to have to use our turn to clear them. I don't think the CYBs are going to give us enough breathing room to live through it. What's the Ashwing's name? I feel like there's a joke that I don't know here. Is it Ashley? It's Ashley, right? Two tomes back to back here. Activating Furnace. We're gonna see like an Uvia. Uvia would be pretty hard to deal with here. The Earth attacks technically become poppers when there's 4 Earth cards in Banished. Is that how that works? On the combat chain, are they 4? Or are they 6? Because that would be pretty useful if that was the case. Coming in with the Chromai, this is not poppable. We're gonna give the root bound here. Um, we'll take the 1. Coming in with the Command and Conquer. All right, so we'll take 1 off the CNC, and then he's not going to send the Miragai. Likely just trying to respect a popper, but we'll go ahead and send 4 into the Miragai, and then arsenal the Pulverize. Oh, we need to update our win from the Maxx. So we are currently 4-1. However, we're going to be ending this stream at 4-2. Oh, we do have yellow Autumn's Touches, which are poppers. I forgot about that. We can start counting here. Oh, Kyloria is really good. Mm, I needed to not see that. He's going to eat the damage prevention that we have floating and force us to use the Rampart. So we actually don't get to play the Count Your Blessings here. We're going to need this Tunic counter with this yellow Count Your Blessings to be able to swing into the Mirage, which means that we're going to end up arsenaling this red one. I'm pretty sure this is the right call and not the Kyloria. Oh, gotta activate this first. Tech Mirage. Third tome. That is crazy. It's really funny that they have access to the calming gestures and just get to make a random spectral shield in this deck. Coming in for 3. I think that's okay. I don't think we need to block this. Rabble coming in for 4. Hmm. We are looking to be in a very rough spot. I will block for 2. Activating Furnace. Playing Rake the Embers. Not great for us. Ashwing for 1. For 1. For 1. And for 1. Kyloria. We are going to play this Count Your Blessings and block. And then a Passing Mirage. All right. Well, we're going to attack the Chromai. I think that's the biggest threat right now. Yeah, I agree, Cusco. I mean, I think it's worth at least playing once just to kind of get a feel for it. But this list is very soft to Dromai. It just doesn't have the popper count for it. It doesn't look anything like the old Oldhim deck used to look. All right, attacking with the Kyloria. We did draw a popper. Oh, it doesn't have. My bad. I forgot about the Pass Mirage. That definitely matters. Yeah, I think this is going to be a pretty quick loss, honestly. Played another Azwai, which unlocks our Rampart, so we get to block again here. We'll take 1. We can pay the 1 here, and then block with the Autumn's Touch. Unfortunately, we don't get to swing at a dragon. We just have to Arsenal. But we did draw Sink Below to put in front of this Kyloria, which is pretty nice. Playing the Flame Call. We are just going to take 3. Put the Sink Below down. Playing a Yenderai. Ashwing. Hmm. We don't have a popper, which is pretty rough. Still no popper. That would be really good, Cusco. I think that we're gonna have to take the Kyloria hit to be able to keep a card in hand to attack it. Drew a scar for a scar. All right, we'll attack the Kyloria. Yeah, I really hope I don't see a Dromai at the calling because that would just be awful. And that's one of the things that like I don't love about this format is like I have these really good matchups into these aggressive decks, and I could play um like four of them, right? Say my day starts off playing four of them and I go 4-0, and then my last three rounds are just like Prism, Kano, Dromai. Like there's nothing I can do about that. I just like Gem just decided that I don't get to make day two. And that I don't love that. Uh, take one, take one. Now, like outside of the super polarizing matchups, I do think the format is fun. Like I have fun playing into the Zens and the Viserais, the Auroras and the Starvos. Like I don't feel overly favored. I think that I just have more matchup knowledge because I think a lot of people are picking up LL for the first time, and I have prior experience that I can lean on. Um, but it doesn't feel like I'm like crazy advantaged. We'll take this. We'll take this. There's a time snap. We're gonna attack the passing mirage this time. Popping the time snap. Playing snatch. We don't need to pay into the rampart again. Flame call for 3, which we're gonna take. Ashwing, we're gonna pop. Yeah, Dallas, I wouldn't mind running into 3 mirrors in a row. Like, I know how to navigate that, and I know how to keep my opponent playing at a reasonable pace if I need to. Um, it's just the ones where like you just don't have a say in how the matchup is going to go. Like that sucks. Playing Snatch. We're gonna block. He's snapping it. We're gonna Blizzard. And then play a Count Your Blessings. I probably shouldn't have played the Count Your Blessings there. I probably saved the card to swing into the Kyloria, but I don't think it matters. All right, let's see what he has. Playing a Thaw. This is interesting. Let's see what Chris says. No go against. That sucks. Um, we probably just block like this then, and then send a hammer into Kyloria. Um, is there a world where we don't arsenal this just to keep a popper in hand? I think so. Again, I don't think it matters, but why not? Ooh, playing the CNC. That's pretty good. Nope, just kidding. Playing Uvia. Just kidding again. Attack with the Ashwing. Burn them all trigger. We're going to use the Tunic to pay for that. And then we'll block. And then this whale is going to just attack an Ashwing. How many poppers are left in the deck? One, two. I think we have another yellow Autumn's Touch and a Pulverize. And I think we saw the Pulverize early, so it's probably at the bottom of our deck right now. Sure, we'll decompose. Rake the Embers, making more Ashwings. Um, let's activate Crown. Unfortunate timing. If we blizzard this, we don't have the resources to hammer something. I think we probably have to use a sink blow here and send the crown to the bottom, trying to find a blue. We found a yellow. It is a popper though. I wonder if I can get him to give me something more relevant. It's just gonna be Ashwings. He has so many Ashwings. All right, we'll kill another one. I used to enjoy playing the Dromai matchup. I don't think that I'm going to enjoy it anymore. Hypo's pretty good into them, right? What does this say? Attacks you control can't gain go again. Yeah, and Dromai gives them go again. There's the Miragai and the Chromai. Chromai comes in for 3. We are not going to pay for that. Arcane will block with a Plow Under. Um, take a bunch of instances of 1. Yeah, I agree, Cusco. And I mean, that's just the nature of like how the Oldhim deck evolved. Uh, no, I don't think this is a winnable matchup for Oldhim anymore. It used to be. It used to really depend on like who played their deck better between the Dromai and the Oldhim. Play the hypo. I haven't seen any CYB Starvo decks. Is that a thing? Because I feel like that would interrupt your casino too much. I've seen a lot of cool new tech coming out of Starvo. With the like they're playing like the Lightning Greaves, they're playing like the Trip the Lights. Just like there's so many good cards that they get now. If Dromai becomes the deck, I'm sure you rework the deck a bit, but right now she's not as relevant with all the aggro decks. Yeah, I agree. Like, I don't think I'm gonna run into many, if any, Dromais at the calling. Chris says that apparently like Mara and their cohort are testing it. Um, but there's probably gonna be like 4 of them on the deck. Uh, I don't think it's something that I need to worry about, but I think it's worth playing into at least once just to kind of see how the matchup goes. It lets you hyperstack your fuses rather than just luck into them and still gives you game into the illusionists. That's interesting. Can I gain enough life that this doesn't matter? Probably not. If I had a tunic trigger. It's 0, take the 3, count some more, take the 3, dust up. We will block that with Rampart. How did dust up have go again? Did I miss something? Oh, the Chromais. Extra action points. And we die. GG's to Chris. That puts us at 4-2 for the day. Do I want to play one more? We've been streaming for 3 hours already. I think I'm probably just gonna call it there. But thank you for everyone that tuned in. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna start streaming again for sure. I'm gonna do the Wednesday schedule like I was before, but maybe at least until the calling, I might throw in like an extra day here and there, just to get more LL practicing. Um, but yeah, definitely gonna be returning a lot more often. So thank you guys for joining. Hope you guys enjoyed your holiday, and I hope you guys have a good weekend. Bye.